one place I had my ribs broken, my collarbone broken. Oh
No.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. It was bad. But again, that's that's one incident out of 25 years. 25 years, but it happens. The one thing my commanding officer used to always tell me was like, "We don't pay you for what you do. We pay you for what you might have to do."
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Pickle Me This. Be sure to subscribe, comment, and like so you'll be notified when new episodes drop every Saturday morning. You definitely don't want to miss them. Also, your support helps other pickleball enthusiasts find us too. Everyone has a story. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Pickle Me This, and I'm your host Deirdre. And today I'm thrilled to be joined by someone with an incredible transformation story. Shawn Paul has been traveling the country playing pickleball for about a decade, and as he puts it, the sport has pretty much saved his life. From his days as a competitive fighter and skateboarder to finding purpose and community through pickleball, Shawn Paul's journey is both inspiring and a powerful reminder of how this sport connects people in unexpected ways. And with that, welcome, Shawn Paul.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm so excited to have you here too. I love your content. I just feel like it's very genuine and transparent, and it's like something soothing about watching you speak.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And TikTok. It's funny. I started it because I wanted to get a hold of all the pickleballs, but no pickleball people really could engage with me on there. I have like almost 4,000 followers, and I was targeting pickleball. I mean, my life is pickleball, but when I get on the app and talk, I'm with people, and I'm like, hey, this is what's going on today, blah blah blah. And so maybe that's it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have my pickleball birthday party coming up here Saturday, and it's already like 50 some, close to 60 people confirmed that are coming. I rented out a pickleball club,
Oh, that's
so
amazing. That'll be fun. Yeah. So we jump right into your TikTok account, and we'll talk more about that. I should back up and get
right.
to know you a
Sorry,
little bit more.
sorry about that.
No, no, it's totally
Sorry,
fine. So tell us a
sorry.
bit about who you are. Like, what was going on in your life before pickleball was even a thing for you?
So, shoot. Before pickleball, I did private security for a living. Private security
Mm.
for a living.
What kind of private
Um,
security?
Private security, like where I would walk around with my client type security.
Oh,
You
okay.
and not every gig was like my friends. Funny, my friends in Baltimore. I used to think I had some born identity job. You know what I mean? I'm like, no,
It sounds cool
no.
already.
Like, it, yeah, it sounds cooler than it is. It was. I mean, out of 25 years, I think I maybe gotten a handful of bad experiences, but you know, it got intense for them. But most of the time, the hardest part was staying alert. So,
Mm,
but when
yeah.
you tell people, and when you look at my resume, you'd be like, "Oh my God, this guy was a killer." No, but it was nothing like that. But yeah, I did that for 25 years, and pickleball came in my life just 10 years ago. Well, the fighting before I finished my fighting career in a car accident retired me in the 90s,
Um,
in the late 90s. You know, I was in the hospital for a while, and after I got out, I got out. I was in a coma for a bit,
oh
and then
gosh.
oh yeah, I tried to. I had to walk. Go to therapy to walk, use my hands again. So after I thought I was a little bit better, I tried to get back in the ring. Didn't really work out. So I got beat up pretty good. And that's when I was like, all right, done. And I went into this downward spiral where drinking and and gained a ton of weight. My highest weight, I think I got about close to 460. And then my friends and family actually years passed by. And I've actually found pickleball when I started my weight loss journey because my friends and family helped me get my confidence back. I knew I was never getting the ring. I was never going to get the ring again. But I picked up volleyball and I used to play tennis. And then I had a client in Jackson, Ohio. And that's when I found pickleball.
Mm, I
And
like
that's
that
where
story.
and that's when I was right in the middle of my weight loss journey. And let me tell you what, I'm not gonna say pickleball helped me lose the weight, but man, I was excited about losing it now because I was
Yeah.
doing things, and but and it's funny how it happened because I was going to this YMCA. We had beautiful tennis courts outside. Nobody played, and this guy, we still keep in touch. This guy, Pat, I call him Pickleball Pat. He used to be like, "Hey, you play tennis? You should try pickleball." And I'm like, "This is dumb." No,
Yeah.
and this dude followed me around the whole time I was out there, and then finally I just gave in. Like, okay, what's this stupid pickleball thing? Next thing you know, by the end of the day, I'm like, "Oh, this is it.
So
This is
many
my life."
so many people think the same thing and say the same thing of so
It
many of
is,
us, right? Yeah.
and I've been trying to change my. I got tennis player friends that I'm trying to get, but they're still fighting it themselves too.
Yep. Yep. Actually, you mentioning the security stuff, I was like that. I thought that was really cool. And then the fighter, like that. So those two are definitely intertwined, huh? Did you get into security because you were a fighter, or vice versa?
Yes, yeah, I got into security because I was a fighter, and my friends were, I was always I got, let's say, a guy who did it, who was
Hmm.
doing private security for a certain company. He gave this company, my name, and then the company calls me, and I swear it's like a movie. This company calls me, and they were like, "Oh, Miss Patterson, we want to talk to you," and I was like, "Okay." They flew me to Dallas. They flew me to Dallas uh, for training. It was kind of like a audition.
Oh,
So for the whole week, they put you through this rigorous stuff. You're up every morning. You got PT in the morning. You actually had class every day because you had to learn different laws and stuff that we can do and everything. And everybody's getting eliminated. Like during the course of the week, they're walking up to you with their plane ticket, like, "Okay, so thank you, sir, for coming. Have a nice
it's kind of
flight."
like a reality show. You're off.
Right,
You're off. You're
right,
out.
exactly. So and by the end of the at the end of the week, you know, uh, I think out of 80 people in my class, about 60 of us made it, and I was one of them. And that was boring. I mean, the money was really good. It started off real violent, but I was used to it. I was used to it, and then made a ton of money. I liked to travel. I was used to the violence. Didn't bother me. And violence. You know what's funny? No, it's
So how
not
much violence was there? I guess I think as to like security guard, you're doing your work, but there's probably not very many interactions. Is that not true?
no, no, not all of it was like that. Again, you had some that you had some where you're like I said, you're just trying to stay awake, but then you had some where you know we have to engage. We
Oh
have to
gosh.
engage. Um, the one place, I'm not going to mention. One place I had my ribs broken, my collarbone broken. Oh
No.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. It was bad. But again, that's that's one incident out of 25 years.
Mhm.
25 years, but it happens. The one thing my commanding officer used to always tell me was like, "We don't pay you for what you do. We pay you for what you might have to do."
Mhm.
So, a lot of times people are like, "Man, you're going away, me making all that money, you're not even doing nothing." But it could happen.
Yeah, and you're ready
Yeah,
to go. Mhm.
yeah, yeah, it can happen.
What was
But
your favorite part about it?
come on,
The money.
the
That's
money,
fair.
the money. I grew up poor. I grew up poor. I grew up poor, and then these people call me with this unbelievable opportunity. You know what I mean? And then I seized it, and I got started making all this money. But again, I was young when I started it, so I don't have anything now because I had all this money as a. This was more of a job for somebody who was like a retired law enforcement person because everybody was ex cops, military.
That makes sense.
So
Mhm.
what got me in is I used to work for a detective agency. And so that was like, okay, we're gonna give you a chance, you know what I mean? Or I wouldn't even made it through the door for the training. But I think they just needed something. I was like, okay, we're gonna give you a chance.
Mhm.
But yeah. So everybody I was working with were older because I think I started that gig at like 25.
Mm.
At 25, so all these people I'm in here with, they're all retired military cops. So this is a gig for those guys because when our assignments are over, they have pensions to lay back on.
Right, right, right.
Oh, so all the money that I would make here, I would party it away, and
Mm.
then next thing you know, I'm like, all right, I'm broke.
Sometimes
I,
when you're young, you're just like you live for the moment.
that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Exactly what it is. And then I'd be sitting around like, man, all right. I need another client.
So
Like,
how did you how did you retire from that job?
it's not really retired, really. That's where the whole what I'm going through now is not really what I'm going through. I'm
Mm.
choosing this life. I don't really retire. I just recently stopped because I couldn't chase pickleball and do that at the same time.
Ah.
That job is very demanding, and I was on call 24/7. Like if they were to call me right now, I'd be like, Shawn, we need you in Atlanta. All right, I gotta go. So I mean, I could still play pickleball, but what I mean by chasing it, like I'm trying to make it a life, and I'm not trying. I don't mean like a life like a pro player. I'm too old to be a pro player. I want to be like an influencer type person. Like I want somebody to say, man, look, I keep using Nike as a reference. Nike like Shawn, we want to pay you for doing exactly what you're doing. Just wear the Nike symbol because I'm out there. I know I'm influencing people. I know I have a good image. I know that, and I know I'm helping people. So I had an opportunity at another YMCA. They needed an instructor, but man, they only needed me for like 2 or 3 days a week at like 3 hours a day. It was not getting it. It was not getting it. So, I mean, I'm not too proud. A long time ago, before the private security job, I used to be a waiter. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to waiting tables because we need money.
Mhm.
And I was a waiter at two restaurants. One was the Golden Corral, and one was Texas de Brazil. So, man, I tell you what, during the course of that year, I had the freedom. I was playing a lot of pickleball, but I wasn't getting phone calls that I wanted. I was doing clinics. Okay, I was paying with everybody. I was having a great time,
Mm.
but money was dwindling. What money was dwindling. The YMCA job wasn't paying out, and the restaurant jobs. Oh my God, I still love the people. I left very well, and I went back to private security. Because
Oh.
I had to. We needed money. I mean,
Yeah.
we needed money, and the year, it sucked. But
How long ago was
no,
that?
that was 2 years ago.
Okay.
That was 2 years ago, and what brings me to where I am now again. That, like I said, I left all the jobs well. I mean, like I said, I'm still friends with everybody. The head honcho for the YMCA. I mean, my students cried.
Aw. But you work at YMCA now, right?
Yes, I do. And what brings me to that is the head honcho for the YMCA I was working for. She kept in touch with me. I was sending her postcards from my travels, and I was still emailing. Well, when this opportunity came up, she was like, Shawn, I got something for you. She was like, I got.
Uh,
He was like, it's a full time job because I was even telling her at the YMCA, I was like, I need the money, but I was like, if you can make it a full time gig, me and my wife, we can make the money work out. But the director from this job, he left for whatever his reasons were. Uh, they needed a director, and I'm like, yeah. So when I came home from that assignment, I went in there and interviewed, and everything was going well, and they didn't have any pickleball guidance in there. This facility had just opened up in October, and I went in there in like say December. And let me tell you what, man, they liked me. I liked it there. I had to have a video chat with like the panel of people, and they were like, Shawn, so what are you gonna do? And what are you gonna do? And I mean, it was great. And they wound up asking me at the end of it all. I didn't have the admin skills, which is fine, to be the director. But they were like, can you do the pickleball coordinator? I'm like, hell yeah. Because I found out that the director, he's not even really on the court. He's like the man behind the scenes. He's like the computer, making schedules, all those meetings. And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I like it there. The people like me. My students like me, and I love it there.
so you mentioned pickleball saved your life. Can you
Ah,
take us back to that moment when
yeah,
that happened? Yeah.
it's
Well,
not really a moment. It's one of those. I, man, after the accident, I spent a lot of time, feeling sorry for myself. I did, and like I said, drinking and all that. And I mean, I still drink now, but not like I did. What I did then, I had a purpose. When I found pickleball, man, let me tell you, and this new category of people, this was like, I want this. When that guy took me in that gym, opening the world, I no longer, I had something else, again, a purpose, a better purpose than what I was doing before.
mhm.
After all my assignment, I left my clients and everything, I would crack open a bottle or party it away. I mean, pickleball. Let me tell you what, my wife gets on me now because I play too much pickleball. I play too much pickleball, and I'm sitting there thinking like, oh my god, it's better than what I was doing before.
Yeah,
You know
totally
what I mean?
better.
Better than I was doing before. But I'm on the courts every day. And she argued. I mean, it's funny. If I ever forget something, she'd be like, "If it was pickleball, you remember." I'm like, "Oh,
That's true.
yeah." But yeah, it's purpose. It was purpose.
Walk us through how your relationship with pickleball evolved from that first experience that you just talked about becoming such a significant part of your life.
Oh man, that's again another good question. Another good question. Phew. When I was a fighter, I was not gonna say a bad guy. I was mean. I was mean. I didn't have a play accordingly button. You don't have that in fighting. Um, and you could almost say a villain. Maybe I was the villain in the fighting world. And then when I came over here to the pickleball world, everybody likes me. I don't have to be mean. Everybody's great. I want to be the hero. That I consider myself as the hero. And it is. Let me tell you what, my fighting and pickleball are like superpowers. Seriously. When I teach my classes, when I teach my students, especially when they're just starting, I tell all of them the same thing. Like, I'm going to teach you how to play. It's up to you to determine what type of player you're going to be. That's exactly what it is. And when I go out here in the pickleball world, uh, I see those pickleball players that that not suck but are bad people.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Okay, I got an 80-year-old lady standing next to me, and you're like crushing it on her. Okay, so you determine what kind of player you're going to be.
Right.
You and what's the same thing in the fighting world? I grew up fighting, and it was a gift. I did. I got good fast, and but I determined I was going to be a bad guy. So I was mean. I was mean, even in the streets. That's what made me mean. And then when I came over to the pickleball world, it's like, okay, man, I have a new superpower. I can go that route, or I can help people.
Hmm.
I would rather help people. I would rather help people, and that's where my saying goes. Just because you can win does not always mean that you should play accordingly. You have to. I've been on so many courts where I know how the game can end.
Right.
I serve this game. Why would I do that? These people will not have fun. It's not going to make me look good for one. And again, now my new hero status, I want to make sure that everybody has a good time, a good experience playing with me. This I like this way. This makes me feel.
No, I
Hell of
I
a game.
like that answer. Actually, that I played this morning, and my first game I walked in, and it wasn't the normal people I play with today, and I teamed up with a guy I've never played before. I haven't never seen him at the courts either. And we start playing, and right away the two guys just kept hitting. They kept ignoring my partner because my
Right,
it was three males and me, and
right,
my partner was super tall. Like his wingspan, right, is like they were totally avoiding him the whole game and just
right,
hitting it to me. And I
right.
can pretty much hold my own, but I was kind of getting annoyed for my partner because it was a really boring game for him.
Now,
Like they
was it? Now, can I ask you a question?
sure.
Let me ask you a question. Now, I don't know what level you play. Now, is this because I'm glad you brought that up because what happens is I do that if I'm in a competitive match.
Right. If you're a competitive match, you're fine.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay.
This is just rec play.
Okay.
And
Right.
I kept thinking about it. I could tell the other two guys wanted they must have wanted to win. I actually even said something halfway through. I'm like, "What are you doing?"
Right. Right. Right.
And I just felt bad. I apologized to my partner a couple times. I'm like, "I feel bad because you're just like sitting here, just like
But
watching this whole game. It's like
but
not
but
fun
did
for
you
you."
hold your own? Did you
Oh
hold your
yeah. Oh
own?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Good.
But I'm
It makes
just
it
it's
makes a difference. It makes a difference.
yeah, like I said, it was just I'm like, I don't understand people sometimes. Like just play the game
Right.
versus
Well, a lot of people again when I step on the court and I step on, especially with people who know me. Again, I'm not an awesome player, but again, I go to a lot of places where there's a lot of lesser skill because I play with everyone,
Mhm.
everyone. But then I get to those courts where people, okay, yeah, there's Shawn Paul, and then there's somebody right there they who can barely move. They just want the win. They just want the win, even though I'm going to play accordingly. If you hit the ball to me, I'm just working on shots, and I would rather keep it competitive for
Right?
everyone. They just want the win, and I'm sitting there like, okay, and I had one lady, she got really bad because they were beating up one of the lady, and she was like, "Is that fun for you?" And I'm just like, "Calm down, man, calm down." You know what I mean? I get it, I understand. I want to say something, but I'm like, "Oh no."
Uh-huh.
My students the other day were talking about that because the rec play of the facility where I'm the coordinator, so a lot of them are booking 3 and me's with me, where it's 3 of them and me,
Mm.
and I'm teaching them tactical, strategic pickleball.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And they know they're going to get it once they get all 3 of them get on the court with me. They know they're going to have fun, and they know they're going to play strategically.
Hmm.
But I also make sure I have to teach them again. Uh, Keep your paddle up, because a lot of people
Yes.
again don't control well.
Yes.
And I've seen a lot of people get made an example out of, hitting the face, hitting the chest, or whatever.
Yes. Yes, for
So,
sure.
and especially when you're at that rec level, people just swinging, and it's like, whew. I swear, I sit behind that desk and I'm watching. I'm like, ooh, oh,
Yes. I see people wind up to like tennis and
right,
pickleball, you don't wind up like tennis, but hey,
exactly, right.
who am I to say?
Yep.
Now, you mentioned earlier that the pickleball community has been, I don't know if you use the word life changing, but very instrumental in had like this switch over for you. You also mentioned to me meeting people you never thought existed.
Right.
Describe what surprised you most about the pickleball community.
Man. Well, for one, the I told you about the Naples person. That lady and her husband, and that is the story and all itself. But either way, just people, when I left the, let's say, the nest, when Pat was teaching me pickleball, and it was time for me to go out on my own. My son, you're leave the nest. I go out on my own. I'm telling you, Pat told me, he was like, "Shawn, you're gonna find some great people, in this pickleball sport." And I'm just sitting there like, "Yeah, okay, whatever." You know what I mean? Whatever.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, when I started getting with these pickleball people, I mean, people were like overly nice. No matter where I went, no matter. And it's like, okay, people would offer me stuff. And this is before I became Shawn Paul Pickleball. I was just Shawn Paul. You know what I mean? I was just Shawn Paul. So I was not known. I was using a pickleball classic paddle. I was just using a regular $35 paddle. And this was during COVID. And when I was there playing pickleball, uh, at the end of the session, a guy was like, "Hey man, so what are you doing today? Where are you staying?" I was like, "I don't know. I'm gonna go get a hotel somewhere." He's like, "Get out of here, boy. You're gonna come out of my house. Me and my wife gonna make dinner for you." I'm like, "Yeah, that's awesome." Now this is during COVID. This is during COVID, where normal people are like, "Get away from me." But man, I'm like, okay, these people are being amazing. Like the one Naples people. Let me tell you, that first time when I took my break from work, money was nil. Well, the year before, I was in the APP in Cincinnati. I had, we're doing good on money. Well, that year when I was doing good on money, I paid for my wife to have a trip with her sisters the following year. So the following year comes, I'm on my break. We really have no money. She's getting ready to go to Mexico, and I'm like, man, I ain't gonna do something. We don't have, but I don't have any money to do anything. So I start saving my little tip money and everything. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I got a plane ticket from here to Naples, and I gotta have money for a rental car for a week. I didn't know where I was gonna stay. I'm going. I'm going. I had my birthday party. People gave me food. Food food cards, and I was using those food cards. Let me tell you what, the lady I met in Walmart when I got off the plane, I went there to get some. I made videos of everything. It's on video. So I'm in Walmart and I'm walking around Walmart like, okay, I'm gonna go sleep in this van. So let me get me a cooler. I met this lady in line. She worked at Walmart and she saw my Shawn Paul pickleball shirt. And she's like, pickleball, what's pickleball? So I started telling her I'm from Cleveland, down here to play pickleball. And she was like, so where you staying? I was like, in that van. She's like, well, do you have a safe place to put it? I'm like, I don't know. I'm gonna find somewhere. And she's like, I tell you what, you can park it at my house. You'll be safe. And apparently, she was somebody she knows had a keys to like a pool thing that where I could go take showers. She was just gonna hook me up. I was like, great. So I'm following her house. Now, don't get me wrong. As I'm following her house, I'm taking pictures of her license plate and I'm sending it to my wife. I mean,
She
I'm
she's probably doing the same thing to you,
yeah,
just in
exactly.
case.
And I already had pictures of me and her at Walmart. It's like, if you don't see me again, this is where you start. So let me tell you, when we get to her house, her husband is smoking outside, smoking a cigarette, and we all started talking and everything. And when we go in the house, long story short, they have a garage, with a cot in it, and they invited me to stay there for the whole week. For the whole week. Now, let me tell you, that wasn't it. That was the best. And don't get me wrong, I had some money. I just didn't have enough to put me in a hotel and to get me around, you know, Naples. Let me tell you what, that lady woke up in the mornings making my coolers for the pickleball courts.
Aw.
I would come home. Well, come home. I would get back to her house, but she would have my clothes washed and folded up with a Scott. She would text me during the day, like if I come in late, dinner is in the oven. I swear, I can
There
still
are
got the text.
good good people in the world, aren't there?
Exactly. And I mean, now pickleballers, I understand because I'm Shawn Paul pickleball. I have a social media person. This lady had no idea who I was, nothing about pickleball, and she told me that she was what she say? She was walking with faith. Now, do you know? This is the best part of the story. So I was supposed to leave here, Cleveland, in the morning that day at like I don't know 6 or 7 in the morning. It was going to get me down there about 2 in the afternoon. I got a text in the middle of the day, like, damn, like my flight's delayed. I'm not leaving now until like 8 or whatever. I'm not getting into Fort Myers until 10. I'm mad because I'm missing the whole day of pickleball.
Mhm.
You know, if I would have caught that original flight, I would have never went in that Walmart because I was
Oh,
because I was gonna go to a dollar store and get me stuff for my van. I only went in that Walmart because the dollar stores were closed at 10 at night. And she said it was because she was a Christian lady. She said it was a divine appointment,
mm,
a divine
faith.
appointment. And she asked me if I would go to church with her one of those, and I did. I blew off pickleball for a day. Well, I came home not for a whole day because she had worked, but I came home early and went to church with her and met the church people and everything. But we still keep in touch. I
I
still
was
send
gonna
her and her
ask you.
husband stuff. Oh yeah, I still send her and her husband. They have that garage now. And it's like a room. It's like my room. Like when you want to come back, it's here. They were very, very nice, and that's amazing. They had a special needs daughter too. You know, who brings a stranger
Uh-huh.
in their home?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That's
So something
I
about you was like radiating,
right,
like let me help him, you
right.
know?
And it was just I've had tons of amazing. I met all my years. I mean I've been all these different states. I played games with great people. That is I'm not gonna say. So if somebody's watching this that I play with, you were awesome still. But that one was that
That's a great story,
that is
though.
a great story. And yeah, I still keep in touch with them. Brandy and John are their names.
That's
And
awesome.
they send me postcards. She texts me every now and then, whenever you're ready to come back. So I tell you, they're very nice and great.
So you've talked about going a couple different places. You
Right.
had mentioned to me that you actually travel around the country playing pickleball for the
Yes.
past decade. Like how did that start?
So that started with clients. With clients.
Oh, I see. That makes sense.
So my private security took me all over the place.
Mhm.
All over.
So you're already there. So you packed your paddle.
Exactly. And my clients knew nothing about, the pickleball. So, and I met great connections doing that. So I used to call the clients my secret sponsors because I couldn't afford to do all that myself,
Yeah.
but they would send me somewhere and then I would do what I was needed to do. And then outside of that, I would find pickleball courts. I would
Yes,
find
there's a lot of
pickleball
people
courts.
who travel for work and pack their paddle. There's a lot of people who just go on vacation and pack their paddle too. Like they just
Well,
go and play
I go
everywhere.
everywhere with my paddle. I go everywhere with it.
Uh-huh.
Everywhere with my paddle. But yeah, but then again, so I would meet those great connections and they would ask me to come back. So a lot of places that I've been more than once because they're like, Shawn Paul, can you come back out here? And I'm like, yes. And again, people would put me up and take care of me while I was there and show me around. So, but I do the same thing here now.
Mhm.
I've hosted 3 sets of pickleballers in my
Oh.
um. Gotta pay it forward.
Any other memorable adventures during your pickleball travels?
Man, they're all memorable. Oh my God, are you kidding me? You got to look at my social media. They're all memorable. I've had a lot of good memorable. I mean, with law enforcement, every state I usually go to, I seek out actually local law enforcement, and I take pictures of them, talk to them, thank them for their services. If I have a photo, album on my Facebook fan page called, Shawn Paul Hero Patrol. If you go in there, you'll see cops from every state that I've been in. Well, this was actually around here. A few months ago, I was riding down the street and I see this cop. He's like right in front of me. There's nobody on the road. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, man, if I can catch this dude at this light, I want to see if I can get a picture with him. Well, the light wasn't turning red, but my turn was coming up on the right. He's on my right. And I'm like, oh, okay, forget it then. So I go past him to make my right. He turns on his lights.
Oh
He,
no.
tur- he pulls me over. And it's hilarious because when he walks up, I'm laughing when he pulls. He's walk up, he's got his hands on his vest, like, all right, what's the story? And I'm like, I was like, you're never gonna believe this. He goes, give it to me. What do you got? And we actually had some laughs. And I told him, I was like, I wanted to get a picture with you. I'm Shawn Paul pickleball. He doesn't know who I am.
Did you show him the
So,
page?
yes, I did. Yes, of course. Yes, I did. Got the picture, of course. And video of me talking to him. Because as it was all said and done, I was like, look, man, I want to get a picture. And he was like, you want to know how I know you were speeding? I was like, how? He goes, because I was speeding and you went past me. I was like, you want to say it on camera? He's like, no. But now I don't know if this is good to say about this part, but this was hilarious because after it's all said and done, we took pictures and did a video. As we're getting, as he's getting in his car, and I'm getting in my car. Of course, he didn't give me a ticket. I'm getting in my car. Do you know what he says? He goes, "You are the registered owner of that vehicle, right?" I was like, "It's my wife's." He's like, "Close enough." He didn't even ask me for license and registration. He's like, "Close enough." Go ahead.
He's like, let me just check out this one
Yeah,
last thing.
exactly. But yeah, but I mean, I've law enforcement. I mean, my family's law enforcement and military, so you know, even though I didn't grow up a saint, uh, I was I still respect law enforcement.
Mm.
Everything. If I got in trouble back when I was a kid, my dad always told me, own it. It's your fault. Don't blame anybody else.
Your Let's talk about your content and your social media channel. I have to tell you, I watched the video. I watched a lot of your videos, but like one of my favorite ones was one recent one
Uh,
on your birthday, and your wife gave you presents and she wanted you to open them on camera.
yeah.
So fun because I love how you can hear her speaking to you like a little bit in the background because she was so proud to give you
Right.
those gifts and
Uh,
have you open them in front of everyone. And I kept waiting. I was like waiting, waiting, waiting. I'm like, where is she? Like, I want to see her pop on video. Like, I want
she's
to
not a
put like a
camera person,
face to this voice.
right?
And she didn't come on. And then I'm like, maybe she's somewhere else in, past videos. And I looked at a few, but I didn't see any. Has she been in any of your videos?
Not really videos. She's not. She's not a social media
That's all
person.
right. Which is,
You know, there's pictures. There's pictures with us.
So what's your favorite kind of content to create?
Real. That is real. I mean, authentic. I mean, I- let me tell you what. There's a lot of fake people, and I'm trying not to be one of them. I'm not. I'm trying not to be one of them. And one of the ladies on my TikTok page, her name's Lindsay, and she has this. She does like mental health. She helps people with mental health, and she has this thing that where people wear masks on social media.
Mm,
I agree. We all do. I know I do. But what Jay was talking about is that the people he's met are just total opposites
yeah.
from what you see on social media. And that's what I don't want to be.
You mentioned how you want to be real for your content. I think that's important because I think people are really craving human connection.
Right.
Whether even if you don't even have a TikTok account, if you're just on the course and you're talking to people, if you just be yourself, it's like
Right.
it's just the best. And
Well,
if you
I'm
don't
always
connect with
myself.
somebody that way, it's okay, right? But you'll connect with people, other people, so it's fine.
Absolutely. But no, see, that's another. See, I'm always myself, but you got to read the room.
Yes.
Have to
Ah,
read the room.
yes.
That's what I'm talking. Like again, I always tell people like when I have my little backyard get-togethers. You know what I mean? I speak a little bit more free about certain things. But when I'm on the court with this older lady, she's not going to hear me dropping f bombs and all. So
Right.
I leave the room.
Right.
And then when I play music in my facility, you know, I'm the one I play the music for while I'm playing. Of course, I read the room like, okay, I play things upbeat, nothing that's going to offend anyone. So like I walked in there one day, one of the dudes was playing stuff that wasn't appropriate. I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, I'll figure out mix it up. Do you see what these? No, get that off of there, man. Come on now.
Yes.
I'm like, I don't mind it as long as it's not too loud and you read the room.
Yes, I play
You know,
music on our pickleball courts outdoors, and I actually read the room too. If it's like an older
right,
crowd, I'll play older music, like different
right,
styles of music depending on who's on the court.
exactly. I
Yeah.
can tell you, I have pickleball playlist one and
Yeah.
pickleball playlist two.
Yes.
Neither one of them has any n words in it,
Mhm.
or nothing that's going to offend anybody.
You mentioned the F bomb, which makes you laugh because sometimes on the court, if I mess up, I'll slip say something like that too. And one
Right,
time I was playing with a woman I'm actually pretty good friends with, but she's very religious and she's just not doesn't curse like ever.
right,
So
okay.
one day I was playing with her and it just totally slipped out and I was like panicked. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry." Like I felt so bad. I'm so
Uh,
sorry. I'm so sorry.
uh,
And she's like, "Don't worry about it." I was
I cuss. Well, let one slip. I get it, but sometimes when I'm teaching my students, they're older, of course. When I'm explaining something, and I'm like, when that ball comes up there, you crush the shit out of that ball. What I mean?
Yeah, 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 exactly.
And-
Sometimes you need some good
exactly. You got to put it
adjective.
for emphasis. Put on that thing.
There was a really good comedy skit years ago about cursing,
Uh-huh.
and I have to look it up again because I like laughed so hard because they were saying how some curse words are great because they can be used as a noun, as a verb, as an adjective. And I'm like, this is
Right.
so true.
Yeah.
Uh, what's the funniest thing you've witnessed on a pickleball court, or like your biggest pet peeve?
Oh, that's a good one. My biggest, man. I have a few, but my biggest pet peeve, and I hope my students are watching this. Andrew, can I say names?
Yeah.
Andrea, Karen, Lindsay. If when you serve, sometimes I'll get a partner that will start moving in before the return.
Oh, I'll sometimes jump a couple, like a foot or two, and yeah.
But no, no, no. I've had people move in like almost to the kitchen line
Oh gosh,
before
no.
it comes back, and when it's coming, they're like, "You," and I'm like, I, what I hate that. I hate, and I mean, I hate that, but I really hate when somebody calls my ball like yours. I used to play volleyball competitively, and I had a volleyball coach, and she used to always tell us, "You don't call somebody. You can say mine. I got it all day, but don't call somebody else's ball." And I teach my students
Oh.
that too. I mean, I don't want. Yeah, I mean, I got it, mine, but I'm never gonna say yours, yours, yours. A lot of times, okay, I know it. Move. You know what I mean? And a lot of times people are doing it because it was their ball, but they ran past it.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
You is coming in that forehand, but you're halfway to the kitchen because you didn't wait for it to bounce. You're like, you. I hate that.
I
I hate it.
sometimes will say you, now I feel bad. Only because if it's in the middle and it could be either one of us, because there have been
Forehand.
times where nobody
No,
goes for it. So if I don't say
no.
me, what do I say? Nothing?
Well, no, no, exactly. You know what? I'm glad you're watching. I'm glad you said this. Andrea, Karen, I hope you guys
Yes.
are watching this. So, no, see, I tell my students the middle confuses everybody anyway. Anyway,
Mhm.
even higher level players. But as long as you and your partner establish who has it, it takes away half the mistakes. So if we're standing next to each other and you're right handed and I'm right handed and that ball's coming down the middle and I'm on the right side, I'm scooting to the left. I mean, I'm scooting over to the right. If it goes past us, it's your fault. But if you don't establish it and it comes like, oh, my bad, yes, it was your bad.
All right, a few wrap up questions. Looking back at your
All right.
journey, what would you tell someone who's struggling and hasn't found their pickleball yet? Somebody like in your same circumstances.
Don't give up, I guess. I mean, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. Keep going. It's coming. It's
Nice.
coming.
How do you
Keep
hope
moving. Move forward.
how do you hope your own story impacts others in the pickleball community?
Man, I've been down. I've been broke. I'm broke now, and I'm still, I'm still moving. I'm still moving. I'm still waiting for that phone call, Nike. I'm waiting for you guys. I'm kidding. I'm wearing K Swiss out here. K Swiss. I'm waiting for you guys. I'm waiting for you guys. And that's it. And well, you know what? Through the course of the years, a pair of shoes lasts me about 3 months. And
Same.
when I really didn't have any money to buy shoes, I was putting duct tape on my shoes. Seriously. Do you know this man? He's not even on TikTok. He's one of my Facebook fans that I've never met. Never met. He's been following my journey for a while. And let me tell you what, this dude sends me two brand new pairs of shoes.
Did you post
Two
about the
brand new
duct
pairs of
tape?
shoes. I open. Yeah, yeah. Well, of course. Well, I mean, I was during my journey. I was posting holes in my shoes and this duct taping them. And it was an early birthday present. He was like, "I hope this gift, helps you spread more cheer to
I love
pickleball
that.
people." And I'm like, "Okay." And then when I got the box and I opened it on, I'm like, "Holy crap! This dude, he's 72."
That's
And this is one of the pairs. One of the pairs. Never met this man before in my life, but I wear the crap out of these shoes.
oh, that's
I love them. This
great.
is just one pair.
Yeah.
The other pair is like a bobolot. I used to play tennis, so I know bobolot was tennis, but I never knew they were pickleball.
Yeah.
But
Uh,
yeah, Ken so that
the kindness stories are so great, right? They're really, like I said earlier, there really are some really great people out there in the world. I feel like if more people just practice kindness and paying it forward all the time, like the world would be such a wonderful place. It would be.
absolutely. I know. I'm telling you, I got references for everything, but especially on the pickleball court. Have you ever seen that the Karate Kid movie with Jackie
Yes.
Chan, the first one, with Jackie
Oh,
Chan and the
not
Will
Ralph
Smith's son?
Macchio. Like that's the one I saw,
No.
Ralph Macchio. Okay, no, I don't think I saw the other
Okay.
one.
Well, Jackie Chan was in. It was like a remake. So anyway, there's a part on there. Let me tell you what. It really hit home because he was trying to teach him a lesson because the dude, the Will Smith's son, was kept teaching his mom, treating his mom like crap. When Jackie Chan was teaching him kung fu, he kept making him do certain things, and he turned it into kung fu. Well, anyway, during the course of the lesson, and the lesson was like, it's not whether you do this, it's whether you do this and this. He goes, it's all about kung fu. How you treat people is kung fu. And let me tell you what, that's what I think about pickleball. It's like it's how you treat people. It's not whether I step on the court and I'm winning all the time. It's how I'm treating that person. That is what playing accordingly means. I can get out there and beat a lot of people that I play. Now, if let's say I get out there with somebody again, my level, of course, hey, then it's a little bit different. But when I get up there and play with people who can barely get the ball over the net or just trying to figure their skill out, you know, help them out. I'll
Mhm.
lose a million matches. I don't have anything to prove when I step on that court. I
Yeah.
don't have I tell people that all the time. I see people who do. Okay, you want to beat me up, and not only do I play accordingly to my opponent, I have to play a partner because I've had opponents that I can cover the whole court over here. But again, if I do that, it's a recipe for disaster because this person, if they can't move well, I'm not going to keep jumping in front of them, and
Right.
they may fall down. I may hit them. I've seen videos like that. Do
Yes.
that. Calm down. If that's how you want to win, all right, great, no problem. I mean, I'm not going to leave here any less of a pickleball player,
Yes. Yes.
but it's important how you treat people. That's what I think. Anyway, on the courts.
I agree with you. Any other stories you want to share that we didn't chat about?
Uh, no. I could be here with you all day. Here with you all day. No, it's just everybody. A lot of people have just been so nice to me during my journey. I have people out here. I can mention names and companies. Pro Light Pickleball. They started making paddles on my name on it. And Core Pickleball. They send me anytime I have a gig. Core Pickleball sends me a ton of balls and stuff to give away. And don't get me wrong, I know it's win-win for all these companies because of you know what I do and everything is. I was on TV and Core Pickleball sent nets and paddles for the TV cast. That was great for them to do. Old Bones Therapy is actually as a skateboarding company. They send me
Oh,
knee braces, and compression socks because I have a bad knee. Um, Northridge Racket and Paddle, where I've actually honed my pickleball skills when I started playing. That's where I consider my home pickleball club. That's where my party is actually Saturday.
Nice.
Thanks for giving me this time just to really get into, you're getting into things.
I love it. No, I'm so glad you joined us today.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
How long have you been playing?
How long have I been playing? I have been playing about 3 years now, I guess.
3 years. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Yes. And I love it. I play too much, but I love it. It's fun.
Don't play too. No, you know what? Do you know it's addictive. It is a very addictive. It's bringing problems at home. I hate to say it. I had a lady call me up a couple months ago. She was like, she wants to sign up for beginner open play.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, she doesn't know who I am. I don't know who she is. And I'm sitting there like, okay, and I'm getting ready to sign her up. And I'm like, how long have you been playing? She goes, I never played. And I'm like, what? I'm like, whoa, 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 no, you can't come to beginner play and never play. But she's like, but I'm an athlete. I did this and I did that. I'm like, nah, nah, nah. I was like, I have an introduction class to pickleball, today, right before beginner open play. Come to that. So she came. And after she finished introduction, she went in to play pickleball. She got beat up, you know. But then after it was over, she was like, thanks for stopping me. Because it's more to pickleball than just sitting there getting the ball over the net. And a lot of people
Yes.
don't get that. And now, let me tell you what, she is on it. She is addicted. She's playing every day. And she's out there almost every day playing.
Absolutely. So, Shawn Paul, where can our listeners find you online?
Because I have Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and I just tell YouTube, if you Google Shawn Paul pickleball, but you have to spell it right, SHAWN,
Yeah, Shawn Paul
it'll
pickleball, and
take
it
you.
rolls off the tongue really nicely too, right? It's like a nice little rhyme there. Shawn Paul
It does.
pickleball.
It,
Mhm.
it
Yes.
does. It does.
All right, Shawn Paul, thank you so much for joining us. And
Hey, thanks for
we'll see you
had a
online.
blast.
Bye.
Absolutely. Hey, don't forget, just because you can win does not always mean that you should
That's a good way to
play
end.
accordingly.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We'll see you next time when a new episode drops each Saturday. If you like this episode, be sure to leave us a like, and we'll see you out on the courts. Bye.